Do you find yourself harboring resentment or hurt towards somebody else? If so, it probably has a substantially negative impact on your life. In this video, I'm going to show you how to let it go. Today, let's talk about forgiveness or forgiving. The act of forgiving someone is to stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense or mistake they made. The ability and capacity to forgive others is a measure of who we are versus who we claim to be. Now, a gentleman is known for showing grace, compassion, and kindness, and you're never going to be disrespected for exhibiting these traits. However, you can ensure that nobody will respect you if you live in the land of judgment, revenge, and resentment. You will quickly find yourself alone if you spend too much time in this land. Now, before we go too much further, I want to caution you. As much as somebody has hurt or impacted you, you've probably done the same thing to somebody else, perhaps even unintentionally. So always remember, be quick to apologize and be quick to forgive. The goal with forgiving somebody is to reconcile. It's not retaliation. Forgiveness cannot be conditional, nor is it instantaneous. For the gentleman, it has to be unconditional. If you're stipulating conditions, then it simply isn't real forgiveness. Did you know that there are scientifically documented side effects of not forgiving others? Holding on to grudges has been proven to lead to higher stress levels and increased anxiety. Harboring grudges will prevent you from being positive and effective in the other areas of your life. There simply isn't room to hold on to grudges and be the best you can be at the same time. If you can't let go, you're going to spend too much time on negative thoughts and bring others down with you. From there, it's a downward spiral because as you hang on to resentment, you start seeing the bad in people everywhere, and soon you'll begin to think everybody is out to get you. I promise you though, you cannot depend on others for your happiness. And the problem with conditional forgiveness is it all depends on the other person meeting your conditions to forgive them. So without intention, you're allowing another person to determine your happiness. Forgiveness is about you and no one else. So, how do I go about forgiving somebody? Well, you start with understanding the underlying issue. Until you figure out exactly what it is that's bothering you and define that perceived wrong, you simply can't forgive. Once you understand the issue, the next step is committing to the process of forgiving. Understand that forgiving doesn't necessarily mean reconciliation. It means letting go of the hurt so that you have room for peace in your life. You need to learn that your pain is really coming from the hurt feelings you have now, not what happened to you in the past, say 2 months, 2 years ago. And also practice E plus R equals O, or event plus response equals outcome. See my video about learning how to deal with the response to an event and practice the proper response. I'll include a link to that at the end of this video. Remind yourself that only you can control you. Expecting things from others will only lead to disappointment. You cannot expect others to guess your needs or demand that they give in to them. Focus your thoughts on the positive things you can do to get where you want to be instead of dwelling on the hurt. Take steps to move forward and leave the resentment behind. You need to live in the here and now. Choose to focus on the good things in your life. When you start looking for the good, I promise you'll find it. Although if you look for the bad, you'll find that too. It's simply your choice. Now, you don't have to forget the past, but choose to focus on your positive response to the adverse action instead of the events themselves. Now, if you found this information useful, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel for more useful tips. And stay positive, friends.